Next up, we got some scary videos. Now, if y'all want more Halloween scary videos or just scary videos in general, hit that like button and subscribe button. All right, we're gonna start doing more of these, especially if you guys like it. Now, the channel we on, my man Mr. Nightmare. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Nightmare the GOAT. So if y'all want more videos on Mr. Nightmare, hit that like button and subscribe button. Also, y'all can comment down what other videos you want to react to, whether horror videos, maybe you got a different channel that's better than Mr. Nightmare. Just let me know. All right. But so you got some Halloween horror stories. You know what I'm saying? Now, me personally, I never had nothing crazy happen on Halloween. Usually I just be with my family and we all, because I usually do it when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So I was always with my parents or something like that, or my friends. You feel me? It would never, nothing ever happened to me. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all ever had something happen to y'all. But hey, let's hop into it. You know what I'm saying?
It was Halloween weekend. It was falling on a Saturday this year. My mom always takes decorations and giving out candy very seriously. It's almost like she has to compete with the neighbors to have the most sought-after house to trick-or-treat at. We live on a corner in a regular suburban neighborhood, so when we're decorating, we also decorate the side yard of the house too. Since Halloween was a Saturday this year, kids started trick-or-treating earlier in the day. However, it was a cloudy, cold day, and there was a chance of rain in the forecast. My mom apparently couldn't understand that this may have been a factor as to why there weren't many trick-or-treaters out. Instead, after a few trick-or-treaters seemingly skipped our house, she assumed it was because there weren't enough decorations out to attract the trick-or-treaters. She told me to go get whatever containers were left in the attic containing decorations. I insisted this wasn't necessary, but she insisted otherwise and forced me to. So I went up to the attic, which is directly above my bedroom. The attic door is in the hallway upstairs. I pulled down the door and climbed up the ladder. We have the holiday containers sorted a specific way, so I went over to where the Halloween containers were. There were only a couple still left up there. I opened one to see what was inside, and said good enough. I started dragging the container out towards the attic door, then I carefully slid the container down the ladder. As I was about to climb down out of the attic, I thought I heard something on the opposite side of the attic, like a piece of wood cracking under the weight or pressure of something. I looked over to the wall of containers in the far corner. It's an attic though. The sound of wood snapping or cracking really wasn't that weird. I climbed down out of the attic and brought the decorations downstairs. From there, my mom and I put out some more decorations in the front yard. It was really windy and felt like rain at any second. There really weren't many trick-or-treaters at all. My mom was disappointed because she goes all out with the candy too. She's always been one of those people who makes a bunch of homemade goodie bags with a bunch of different candies inside.
Damn.
I could see how upset she was. That
this
she
is
was
exactly why. This is why you go to the rich neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Because these niggas, they don't give a fuck. They trying to do everything. Same with like 4th of July. Same with Christmas. They have all the ornaments ever. Me and my family, we never really did ornaments or trick or treat. We never gave out candy. You know what I'm saying? I think really the main reason is because where I live at, it's not many kids around. It's like a lot of old folks. You know what I'm saying? So it would never be people walking around. But even if it was, I don't think we still would have gave candy out. But I know for damn sure I was out getting candy. You know what I'm saying? I was bringing that motherfucker home. You know what I'm saying? I know we had to always open the candy, make sure there's nothing inside. That's the only thing I used to be scared about, is making sure nothing was inside my candy, bro. I've always heard stories of people talking about it was knife or I ate some weird ass shit. I'm like, bro, nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I didn't care. Like if I was really hungry or I really wanted, like, cause my favorite is Kit Kat. Y'all let me know y'all favorite candy. My favorite is Kit Kat and like Twix. Oh my god, or some Snickers, bro. You go to a rich neighborhood, they give you fucking full size candy bars of anything. You can choose one. They damn near give you a whole pack. You know what I'm saying? No, they damn near take it to the store. He said, come on, let's go to Walmart real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, bro, go to the rich neighborhoods. Those are the best ones, bro.
Wasn't going to give most of them away at this rate. The day progressed, and I was in my room playing video games on my laptop, while my mom was downstairs in the living room and kitchen handing out candies to the few trick-or-treaters that would come. And then it started to rain, and that pretty much put a damper on the rest of the day trick-or-treaters wise. I was gaming in my room when I heard a crack from above my room, in the attic.
Hell no.
Again, not really abnormal, but I made a mental note that was the second time I heard something from up there. The rest of the day was rainy, and that night it turned into a thunderstorm, perfect for Halloween night. I used to be a big gamer in my teens, and so instead of going out with friends on a Saturday night, I would often just stay in playing video games, unfortunately. This night was no exception to that. I stayed up really late into the night, past my parents. It was still raining outside. Then I heard something above me again. This time it sounded like footsteps.
Oh,
I was wondering
no.
if my mom was in the attic putting stuff away, but it was late at night. I sat and listened for a while. The sound stopped. I paused my game and went out into the hallway after a couple minutes, and I saw the attic door was open. I now heard noises from downstairs in the kitchen. I heard the sound of things being moved around in the fridge. My heart was racing now. I tiptoed down the hall to my parents' room and quietly opened the door. When I saw both my parents fast asleep in bed, I felt my stomach twist and I felt sick. I quietly closed the door and went up to my dad to shake him awake. He woke up easily, and I whispered to him, "There's someone in the house." He immediately sat up and said, "What?" I said, "There's someone in the kitchen right now in the fridge. I think they're hiding in the attic."
See, this is overboard, bro. It's no way niggas in here hiding in niggas' houses to steal some candy, bro. Halloween is not that serious. If you gonna do all this to steal some damn candy, you might as well just go to Walmart and bring a damn bag and put it in there like that. This is even weirder. See, like, bro, like I told you, I cared about candy and getting candy and try to go to the best neighborhoods and shit like that, even though sometimes my parents wouldn't even let me do that, because it's kind of like going out the way to trick or treat. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just do it in your own neighborhood. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's only been sometimes you go to the rich ones. But, bro, nobody is sitting up here hiding in niggas' houses. See, they knew it then. It was one of the kids, they must have knew that this was one of the best houses on the block, because it's always that house on the block that's the best. They give out the most candy. You know what I'm saying? So they knew. So what they did was he hid in the motherfucking attic while y'all was asleep. You know what I'm saying? And he trying to steal that motherfucker right now. He said he'll get some candy. It don't care. It don't matter if niggas outside trick-or-treating or not. He getting some. You know what I'm saying? But
my dad is not a large or confrontational man. He keeps a police baton under his bed in the case of an emergency, but I don't think he ever thought he'd have to actually use it.
Nigga, you kept a what under the bed?
Baton under his bed.
A police baton? What the fuck is that freaky ass shit? Nigga, where the Glock at? Where's the Glock? Nigga got a baton? What the fuck is he gonna do with that? The fuck you gonna do with that? Nigga got a baton. So throw it at him. They gonna dodge the shit and then shoot you. The fuck niggas got a baton. Oh my god, bro. See, women, y'all gotta watch out who y'all marrying and who y'all having kids with. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got these men out here, they can't protect you. You need a nigga like me. That's all I'm gonna say.
In the case of an emergency, but I don't think he ever thought he'd have to actually use it.
I'm gonna protect
my
you,
dad
man.
told me to stay quiet. I don't think he ever... Man, he keeps a police baton under his bed in the case of an emergency, but I don't think he ever thought he'd have to actually use it. My dad told me to stay quiet. He went to go look out into the hall quietly. When he came back inside, he whispered that he saw someone down the hall climbing into the attic. He shut the bedroom door and he locked it and then called 911.
So you mean tell me this nigga living in your house? Is that what's happening right now? He's living in your house. Stealing y'all candy and going back up in the attic to go to sleep. This nigga getting a late night snack. That nigga getting a late night snack. That nigga getting, he's chilling so hard like he paying bills or some shit. That nigga.
911. By now, my mom was awake too, but we all stayed as quiet as possible and didn't freak out. It was now a waiting game until the police showed up. My dad went downstairs to open the front door. The attic door was now shut. The police had to go inside, and they found some homeless-looking man hiding in the corner behind that wall of containers. The sounds I was hearing were in fact from a person the whole time. The man, while seeming dirty and kind of scary looking, apparently was very straightforward and honest, that he simply walked in when he saw the front door was open the day before.
And this is why y'all dumbass niggas don't fucking leave y'all shit open. Why is your shit open? Why? 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 Who the fuck leaves their front door open? What this is the rich neighborhoods. That's what I'm talking about. The rich neighborhoods. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about nothing. Look, they have so much money. They don't care. They damn near said, come live in my shit. They damn near said that. That's literally what you said, bro. Come live in my shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. I leave my cars. He might as well leave his SSN car and his car unlocked. You know what I'm saying? Nigga might as well greet people to say, yeah, come outside. Come, I have anything you want to hear. Come on, bro. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck is your shit open, bro? And this is not the only time I heard this. How I know this shit be real. These people be doing this a lot. They be literally leaving all they shit open, bro. I don't care how secluded area I live. I would never do that. That's so dumb. That's literally stupid, bro.
And he had no place to sleep.
And they be thinking that nothing gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, you know, you would think like, oh yeah, nothing gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I leave my shit unlocked this one night, nothing gonna happen. But that's exactly the time that it does happen. Literally, that's the time it does happen. We've seen stories time and time again, bro, where all these people be walking up to random houses, people be crazy or homeless like this nigga, and they just be trying to open your door. They just try to open it. They don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? They're just opening random people's doors. That bitch might be open. And he might just walk up in your shit. This nigga walked up in the house and then went into the attic. This nigga low-key smart. I ain't gonna lie. He low-key smart, bro.
He brought one of our blankets up there. And there was a jar of peanut butter up there, too, that he was eating. The whole thing is still very disturbing. I wonder how things would have played out if I or my father confronted the man instead of the police. My parents didn't press any charges.
That's all I'm gonna say. Man.
When I was 18, I threw a house party at my parents' house for Halloween. It was closed invite, meaning I told people not to bring strangers. That was a rule my parents gave me. They were not at the house that weekend, which was why I was able to throw the party, with another rule being the place needed to be even cleaner than it was before the party. I invited around 50 people, and probably around 40 ended up showing up. The party started around 6. It was starting to get dark out. It would be partially in the backyard and partially the first floor. My parents left me money for refreshments like sodas and food to leave in the kitchen for people to take. I told my parents it would be a non-alcoholic party, but I think they knew that was a load of shit. My friend who's a few years older than me brought his DJ equipment to DJ, and the party was in full swing by dark. Everyone seemed to listen and not bring strangers, because I recognized everyone. Just about everyone came up to me and greeted me after entering. I didn't drink too much because it was my party and I wanted to be somewhat responsible, but everyone else was getting drunker the later the night went. Eventually one of my friends came out of the house after getting food, and he asked who that guy in the skeleton bodysuit inside the house was. I didn't recall seeing anyone in a bodysuit costume, so I went inside the house, where there were a few people hanging out in the kitchen. I asked if they saw someone wearing a skeleton bodysuit, and someone told me yeah, it seemed like he was snooping around the house. I grew concerned when I heard this, and I asked if anyone invited him or knew who it was. No one inside knew him. I looked around the house and then found him. He was walking down the stairs. I asked, "Who are you?" And he said, "Mike, I was using the bathroom upstairs." It was a really deep voice. He sounded older. His frame was also a bit larger. Not like muscular, just a stockier looking build. I asked, "Who invited you?" And he said, "Tom." I didn't know a single Tom. So
I know that was probably a fake ass name and a fake. And this is another thing too about parties, because parties kind of the same way. If you don't have like security at the door, or you know, if you're the owner of the party, if you're not at the door, you know what I'm saying? It's hard being a host of a party because you gotta make sure everything in the party is cool, everybody satisfied. Then you gotta make sure the door, because niggas like this just walking in. People don't care. They just walk in your house, bro. And it's even dumber for them because you don't know who house you're walking into. Nigga, this could be a setup. And you just walking into random people's houses. Like, it's just, people, like...
Tom. Then I just asked him if he could take his mask off. He didn't listen or even respond. He just walked past me towards the front door, then he left. Wow. I ran upstairs to check if any of the rooms had been gone through, and if anything had been stolen. All the doors upstairs, except for the bathroom door, were closed. And after a quick look, it seemed nothing was stolen. So I went to lock the front door, and then I told a bunch of my friends about how weird that just was. I went outside to ask a few friends if they knew who invited the skeleton guy, and not a single person knew who it was. Eventually, I gave it a rest. The party was winding down around midnight. Most people were starting to leave. A few close friends stayed behind a little later to help clean up. After all was said and done, it was a successful party. When everyone was gone, I started getting ready for bed. One of my friends, Vinny, stayed over on the couch downstairs. After brushing my teeth and changing into pajamas, I decided to go hang out with Vinny in the living room for a while. We had some drinks and just watched funny YouTube videos on TV. My little sister, who was 14, was asleep by now. She didn't hang outside with the party because she was too young. We were being quiet so as not to wake her, but when Vinny and I both heard noises from upstairs, it seemed that we woke her up. I was expecting the sounds, which sounded like footsteps, to move to the bathroom or something. I got a little confused when I never heard my sister's door open. I decided to go upstairs just to check on her. I knocked on her door and she didn't answer. I opened it a crack and saw that she was sleeping. So what were those sounds I was hearing then? I went to my parents' room and realized the door wasn't clicked shut. I was able to just push it open without twisting the doorknob, which was odd because I made sure their door was closed before the party. I looked inside the room without turning on the lights. Then, as I backed out of the room, I looked through the crack of the door, and on the other side, I saw that guy in the skeleton bodysuit.
Nigga's still there.
I made no mistake, I knew what I was looking at. I'm impressed with myself for not running or screaming. I pretended I didn't see him and pulled the door closed. Then I went downstairs and told Vinny that the guy from before is in the house. I had him call 911 and tell them that there's an intruder in the house, while I tiptoed back upstairs to my sister's room, went inside, and shook her to wake her up. I explained to her what was going on and made sure she would be quiet while following me downstairs. She did a good job not freaking out either.
That's one thing though I'm scared of, bro, is having a girl who do too much, bro. Because I swear to God, no offense to the girls, bro, but sometimes some of y'all be ODing, bro. I swear to God, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be scared. I'm not saying that, especially as girls. You know what I'm saying? Y'all very feelings wise and stuff like that. But bro, like sometimes, bro, some girls be just OD, like start getting screaming and crying. Like if anybody ever broke in the house, you gotta, cause that's what my parents tell. Like if you somebody breaking the house, you gotta be able to hide from. You can't be sitting up here talking loud and fucking screaming and shit. Like bro, come on. Like I understand we're in a very, very serious situation right now, but we have to lock in, bro. Lock the fuck in. You know what I'm saying? I would be damned if I get killed because of you. Because of you. Not even me. Because of you. Because I'm with you. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, that's literally one of my worst fears, bro. My worst fears. Because they love doing it, too. They love doing it. You know what I'm saying?
We were downstairs. We met Vinny in the kitchen by the back door, where we went outside to the backyard. Then we cut through the side to the front and went to our neighbor's house, ringing the bell at least 3 times. Our neighbor let us wait with him for the police. But at some point before the police got there, that guy escaped through our parents' bedroom window.
What the fuck?
I know because the window was now open. Their closet door was also open, where my dad keeps his safe. It's as if it were someone who knew about the safe being there that tried breaking into it or just taking the whole safe out from the floor.
Damn.
It was obvious how the man broke in. He simply just walked into the party again. It could have been any number of people, though.
That's what I'm saying.
We never found out who it was. But it was someone who knew I was having a party, someone older, and someone who knew about my parents' safe. My sister ended up telling our parents about it, and obviously that was the last party I was ever allowed to throw at their house.
Man. You gotta have security, bro. One thing I can say. Check what the hell going on.
This happened in 2016, when I was 15. This would be my last year trick-or-treating on Halloween, so I wanted to make it a big occasion. My mom is pretty laid back, so it turned into a huge multi-day thing for me. The day before Halloween, I would have a sleepover with my friends Davis and Zach, skip school the next day on Halloween, trick-or-treat with Davis and Zach, and then have a sleepover with just my girlfriend Amber and I. This story carries into both nights, so I'll try to explain the best I can. My basement had just gotten renovated into a man cave, so obviously my friends and I wanted to stay down there for the night.
Yeah.
The basement had a long hallway right to the man cave. The light switch to the hallway didn't work. It had a pretty creepy vibe, but for tonight, that would be a good thing. My mom made us cookies, and then we went down into the cave. It was around 11 p.m., and we had just finished watching the original Scream. Our second movie of the night would be Paranormal Activity, which none of us had watched before, and that's why I picked it. I remember pausing the movie not even 30 seconds in because of the motion-detected light in the backyard turning on. It lit the whole room up, ruining the creepy vibe we had going. So I waited for the 30-second timer so it would turn off, and then unpaused the movie. Then after about another 30 seconds, the light went off for a second time, and I started getting annoyed. Davis asked me what kept making it turn on, and I said I had no clue. 30 more seconds passed by, and the light turned off again, and I played the movie again. It was at this point I wanted to know what the hell was going on, and so I asked for Davis and Zach to come upstairs with me so I could see what it was. They agreed and went up the stairs to look through my back door. By the time we got there, the light in the backyard had turned off, so it was hard to see. We stood for 5 minutes waiting for something to happen, but nothing ever did. We went back down to the den and decided to turn off the movie for the night and just sit on our phones and talk. We weren't really invested in it anyway. About 2 hours later, everyone was asleep except for me. I was just scrolling on my phone, and the familiar glow of the motion light came through the window for now the fourth time.
That nigga going through his girl phone. That's what he doing. That nigga. I know them finger movements.
Scrolling on my phone, when the
He going through every single text, every single picture she went through, note, anything. All the apps. He getting cheated on. That nigga right there getting cheated on.
Glow of the motion light came through the window for now the fourth time. I was exhausted though, and so I figured it was just another group of kids trying to prank us or something. But the more I thought about it, the less it made sense. I figured I would check the backyard one last time, and just like I thought would happen, no one was out there. I gave up, so I went back down to the den and called it a night. The next night came in the blink of an eye. The next thing I knew, I had a bag full of candy. I felt kind of sad. In a way, this was like my childhood ending. However, I figured I should just try and enjoy the night and not reminisce. At this point, I still had lingering thoughts about the previous night, and whether I should tell Amber or not. She was scared of everything, and I didn't want to ruin a night with her over a story.
See, I'll tell you,
we were at one of our last houses on the route we took, when Amber let out a loud yell in pain.
It's the thing, it's like, it's cute when it's cute. You know what I'm saying? Because, oh, you scared of everything. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm here for, to protect you. But, like I said, it's cute when it's cute, and then when it's irritating when it's irritating. That's all I can say. It's cute when it's cute, but it's irritating when it's irritating.
We asked what happened, and then she told us that when Amber let out a story. We were at one of our last houses on the route we took, when Amber let out a loud yell in pain. We asked what happened, and then she told us that she had a rock thrown at her. I turned around to find some guy in a clown mask standing around 15 feet behind us.
Oh my god.
This was amid the clown epidemic. I told him to get lost, but he just stood there. I analyzed him a bit more and realized this guy looked like a grown man. He only had a clown mask on also. The rest of his quote-unquote costume was just normal clothes. We kept walking, but all the man did was stand there. It was at this point we called it a night and skipped the last few houses out of anxiety. We went back to my house so my friends could get picked up. And just like that, it was just my girlfriend and I looking at candy on the floor in the den. She asked if we could watch a movie, and so I decided that I would just turn on Paranormal Activity again later that night to finish it. I remember the scene in the movie perfectly. It was Mika walking around to find his girlfriend, when suddenly the screen went black, and the dimmed lights in the cave turned off. My girlfriend and I looked at each other. I realized the power went out. This immediately made me start to get paranoid. The power had never gone out in this house unless there was a storm. I checked my weather app and it said it was normal conditions that night, not even a little bit of rain.
Fuck no.
I told Amber to stay in the cave, but she felt scared down there, so she decided to come upstairs with me to see what was going on. The generator to the house was in the backyard, and that's when I got the terrible feeling in my stomach. The thoughts of last night creeping back to me, and this time I didn't have Davis and Zach with me, and Amber wasn't very strong. All the worst thoughts came to my mind as I opened the sliding door to the backyard. All I heard was crickets chirping, and I figured that maybe I was just overthinking. Amber and I passed by the motion light, which didn't kick on now. I was about 5 feet from the generator when I thought I heard a twig snap. Amber and I looked towards the forest on the far side of the yard with the only sounds being crickets, but we felt like we were being watched. I almost felt like I had to throw up. I decided we'd rather stay in the house with no lights on than be out here. I didn't want to be outside any longer. Amber started making her way inside. And that's when I saw him. The same guy in a clown mask, standing to the side of my shed. We just stared at each other for a while, like he was trying to scare us. And then he suddenly jumped forward and started sprinting at us. I ran to the back door and slammed it shut after Amber. We ran down into the cave, and we got behind the bar in the corner of the room. That's when I realized I never locked the back door, and we heard a slam from upstairs. Now everything was silent in the man cave. Amber started texting 911 because she was too scared to talk. She explained that there was a man in the house.
You can text 911.
Minutes felt like hours. It must have been like 10 minutes tops, and the sound I had been dreading to hear came. The basement door opening. I heard footsteps come down the stairs and down the hallway. My girlfriend was breathing too loud. I had to cover her mouth. I heard footsteps come towards our direction and stop. I was starting to think my only option might be to fight if he finds out where we were.
Oh God.
I grabbed a beer bottle from behind the bar and prepared myself mentally to fight if I had to.
Yeah.
The room stayed silent for quite a while, but then we heard sirens come from outside.
W.
I realized this was the perfect distraction and moment to strike. In a fraction of a second, I got up, ran at him, and swung at his head with the bottle. He fell after I swung, and I hit.
That nigga is a goat. Me personally, I wouldn't have did that. I ain't gonna lie. I would have just stayed quiet. Cause I'm thinking like, what he gonna do right now? I'm gonna wait for his move. If he keep coming towards me, then I'm gonna do it. But if he might just, you know what I'm saying, try to run away or whatever. And now we still safe. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta reveal where I'm at. Cause just cause the police is still like down the street, they don't know where y'all at. Y'all could be outside. They could search the whole house, the upstairs of the house, and not come downstairs. You know what I'm saying? So that whole time, you could be dying. He could be strangling you and everything. They too late. Even though they there, it's still too late. So I wouldn't just give my location up so easily. You know what I'm saying? Until that nigga leave. That's me personally. Y'all even know the kinds of moves y'all do, bro. Me personally, I ain't doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? I think 3 steps ahead. You feel me? But it's still a ballsy. It still happened.
Perfect distraction and moment to strike. In a fraction of a second, I got up, ran at him, and swung at his head with the bottle.
Damn.
I tripped and fell after I swung, and I hit the ground.
Oh my God.
I looked up to see that man with the clown mask from earlier. I think his mask somewhat blocked my swing because he barely flinched.
That's what I'm saying. It didn't even do shit. You thought you was sweet. You thought the nigga thought it was a fucking movie and shit. It ain't even nothing even worked. You damn near, I think he damn near missed. Bro missed. Bro had a perfect distraction and everything. He thought he was in a fucking movie. He thought he was motherfucking trying to save his girlfriend and shit. Prince and Armor Shine. What's that called? What that shit? The Prince and Armor? What they say in the movies? Whatever, bro. They try to save his girl. Thought he was sweet. Missed. Oh my God. Now
I think his mask somewhat blocked my swing because he barely flinched. I realized this was a stupid idea because it seemed like he was about to go back upstairs after hearing the sirens anyway.
That's what I'm saying!
He looked down at me on the floor. I was about to yell at Amber to run as I laid on the floor, scrambling to get up. My legs felt numb, and I realized my life could potentially end right now, but the police could be heard outside. The man stared for another moment before running up the stairs, and we heard the back door open and slam again. I ran upstairs to let the police in and told them he went out back. And of course you're wondering, the answer is no, the police somehow never caught this guy to my knowledge. I can't go down to that man cave alone anymore without feeling anxious, even to this day, so we would hang out at Amber's for a while after that. There's nothing I can do but look back and be grateful that we're still alive. I'll never forget that feeling of looking up and seeing that clown mask staring down at me as I flailed on the ground.
Hey!